When taking your puppy or adopted dog home for the first time, getting off on the right foot will make sure the two of you get a head start in the life you're about to share. In this video, I'll go over some basic dog training tips for new dog owners. Bringing home your new puppy or adult dog when adopting a dog can be quite a challenging experience. By starting the first days and weeks the right way, you make sure you can enjoy this as much as possible. It is important to have clear expectations on what you expect of your dog in the long run. Do not use these expectations as results you want to reach in the first week, but as guidelines to set you and your dog in the right direction. By setting these expectations, you'll have a plan to follow in case you're not really sure which direction you're headed. You can't expect your dog to magically know how he needs to behave at your place. So it will be up to you to teach your dog what the rules at your home are. This also means that whenever your dog makes a mistake, you should take a look at yourself and ask how you could have made it clear to your dog what you wanted him to do or how you wanted him to behave. People often ask what specifics their dog should know at a specific age. By asking this question, they want to know if they're on the right track in training their dog. Since every dog learns at his own pace, just like humans do, you shouldn't focus on the age though. Just focus on getting better each day. The first 2 weeks after bringing a dog home, I would advise you to try and minimize the mistakes your dog makes. You can do this by focusing as much time as possible on your new dog. I recommend you take some time off work and focus on getting a great start with your dog. The reaction most people tend to have whenever a dog performs a bad behavior is to punish the dog. This creates, however, an environment for your dog that makes him feel uncomfortable. I don't think you would perform at your best when you're not feeling comfortable. So make sure your dog feels safe around you and your home. Whenever your dog performed a bad behavior, look at what you could have done differently. You can call this management. You should allow your dog his freedom as long as you can guarantee your dog will perform good in this freedom. Otherwise, like house training for example, limit the roaming space of your puppy or adult dog so you can limit the accidents. If you find this video interesting and want to stay tuned for next videos, please hit the like and the subscribe button. It is important to give your dog the right feedback. This means you should be able to give your dog a cue that he's doing a great job. This can be done by using your voice, for example. The cues good boy, good girl or yes are often used. At first, whenever your dog performs a good behavior, mark it with a yes or good boy and then reward him with a treat. By marking the behavior with a cue and a treat, these two will get linked, releasing endorphins in the brain of your dog when he just hears the words good boy or yes. Problems with potty training or house training are among the most common frustrations with dog owners. A new dog or puppy that arrives at your home often has no idea where you expect him to go potty. An older dog might or might not have learned that it is expected of him to go potty outside, but since he's already got a lot of changes going on, it might be difficult for him to know exactly where you want him to go. Make sure to focus these first days on getting to know your dog and providing him with enough opportunities to relieve himself where you want him to go. By doing so, you can create a habit out of this. It is up to you to decide where you want your dog to sleep. Will he sleep in a crate, on your bed, or just really in the living room? Just make sure that everyone in the household is on the same page. If your dog would have different rules depending on who is the last person to go to bed, it will be difficult for him to know what you expect of him. If you're taking home a new puppy, I would opt for using a crate for multiple months. This provides your dog with a safe place to sleep. Like I said earlier, it is important to manage what your dog can do and can't do. By using a crate, you can minimize potty mistakes during the night. Otherwise, you could wake up to a not so nice surprise. After a few months, I often recommend at about 8 months of age, you can provide your dog with more freedom during the night. Just like with bedtime, it is important to predetermine where your dog will stay when you leave the house. This could be a crate or a pen, or he could have free roaming space in one or more rooms. Also, think about how you will provide your dog with things to occupy themselves with. It is beneficial when your dog needs to stay at home to exercise them before you leave the house. This will make sure their energy is drained and increases the odds that they will sleep for quite some time. By confining them to a limited space, once again you can manage what your dog can and can't do during times you can't watch them. Just make sure you build up this staying alone so your dog doesn't get too stressed out. Something that will come in quite handy when training your dog is being able to ask them to watch you. The command for this exercise can be look at me, for example. You can let your dog sniff a treat and move it towards your face. In the meantime, give him the look at me command. If he keeps watching, reward him by saying yes or good boy and giving him treats. By teaching your dog to redirect its attention to you whenever you ask them, you will be able to provide your dog with feedback about his behavior more easily. This in turn will for sure help you during all training sessions. Teaching your dog to come close to you is the number one most important command you can teach your dog. You can find a video going in depth on the perfect recall over here. So I won't be going deeper onto that topic in this video.